السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء. تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما. صلوات. To pursue our discussion, Haqqul Kabir, the right of elders. This is a very important moral quality and ethical behavior. Alhamdulillah, those who know their history, they understand the importance of respect. Respect sometimes is wajib, sometimes it could be mustahab and highly recommended. And maybe sometimes if you respect someone who does not deserve the respect, it becomes haram as well. And makruh, and sometimes just jaiz. All those five deeds and 5 orders, 5 ordinances, 5 laws apply on this also, as they apply on other actions and deeds. So, according to Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wassalam, that you should respect everyone who is older than you. فَإِنَّ حَقَّهُ تَوْقِيرُ سِنِّهِ. This is his right. It is his right. And you have to give him his right. His right is what? To respect his age. تَوْقِيرُ سِنِّهِ. You have to respect him, because he is older than you. Yes, of course, maybe you are more knowledgeable than him. So for him, it's wajib to respect you because of your knowledge. But for you, you should respect him because of his age. وإجلال سن إسلامه. Now his right becomes even more if he is a mu'min, a good Muslim. وإذا كان من أهل الفضل في الإسلام بتقديمه فيه. And if he was among those pious people among Muslims and mu'mins, then his right even becomes more that you should respect him because of his age, because of his Islam, and because of his piety, and because of his other qualities that is appreciated by Islam. So you should respect him for those reasons. How you respect him? We discussed this. First of all, you should know the meaning of respect. Then you should know how to respect. Then you should know who to respect. All these things are very important to know. Just like if you want to offer salat, you have to know how to do wudu. You have to know what things will be necessary for you to do before you start your salat. You should know what things might invalidate your salat. So all the masail you should know about salat. Salat is wajib. The same thing, respect. So we are talking about respect of elders and the rights of elders. So you should know what are the rights, know respect and rights of elders mean. And what are those rights? And what is the respect? And how you should respect. So one of those things that how you should respect, Imam is mentioning here. وَالتَّرُكُ مُقَابِلَتِهِ عِنْدَ الْخِصَامِ. Just avoid to confront him in any argument. Don't unnecessarily argue with him. He is older than you. He has told you something, for example, you don't like. It's fine. Don't argue with him with disrespect. Raising your voice is a disrespect. Look in Surah Mujadila. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how orders the mu'mineen to respect Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Of course, we should respect the Rasul the most. After Allah, he is the most respectful and respected personality in this universe. But how we should respect Rasulullah? So one of the ways how we should respect him and what are the manners of respect, Quran is mentioning by saying, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تَرْفَعُوا أَصْوَاتَكُمْ. O mu'mineen, the believers, don't raise your voice in front of Rasulullah. Just lower down your voice. Then to emphasize this even more, in next ayat, Quran says, الَّذِينَ يَغُضُّونَ أَصْوَاتَهُمْ عِنْدَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ امْتَحَنَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ لِلتَّقْوَى. Those who lower down their voices in front of Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually had tested them already with taqwa and tested their hearts. So since they passed the test of taqwa of hearts, that's why they are able to lower down their voices in front of Rasulullah. So lowering down the voice means what? Means respect of Rasul. And that's why you see that the difference between the followers of Ahlul Bayt and other people is respect. If you want to know the difference between the sects, Islamic sects, or the difference between Shias and others, if you want to know one word, in one word we can say the difference is respect. We respect as Quran has told us. Maybe others also claim to respect, but if you see the truth, when the Prophet asked for pen and a paper to write something, as he said that I'm going to write for you something that you will never go astray. So what happens? Somebody stands up and disrespects Rasulullah by not just using an appropriate word, but also with an inappropriate voice and tone. And it is in very authentic books that the Prophet said this: "Qumu anni, get out of here. Go, leave me alone. إِنَّهُ لَا يَنْبَغِي عِنْدِي التَّنَازُعُ." Because it is not allowed for you to disrespect me by arguing in front of me. So look, here is the difference. We don't accept those people who raise their voice in front of Rasulullah. Means who disrespect Rasulullah, we don't believe in them at all. This is the reason, and this is the basic difference between Shias and others. Nowadays, of course, maybe you talk about other different issues and saying, okay, this is the basic maybe difference, Imamat, Fidak, Karbala, other issues. No, I will say the base is, the foundation is respect. We respect Rasulullah, and since we respect Rasulullah, we respect anyone who is attached to Rasulullah. Even we respect Sahaba. But here is the point when I started, that you should know the respect, and respect is wajib, mustahab, haram, makruh, and mubah. So respect of those who disrespect Rasulullah is haram. So we don't respect a haram respect. We do the wajib respect. Then we respect whom? Anybody who is attached to Rasul, as I said. Why we respect A'imma alayhimus salam? Because they are appointed by Allah through Rasulullah. And they are awsiya'u Rasulillah. They are khulafa'u Rasulillah. So we respect them. Look, the respect. How one of the ways how you can respect someone is to stand up for him. When he's entering, you stand up for him. It's mustahab. When your father comes, you should stand up for your father, respect him for you. Just through standing up for him. Don't walk before him. Let him go ahead and you go behind him. These are the manners. These are the manners of respect. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he also, when he wanted to show his respect to somebody, he would stand up for him. And as I said, that respect is because of age, right? So we are talking about haqqul kabir, the right of the one who is older than you. Think about the one who was not just younger. She was the daughter of Rasulullah. And Rasulullah would stand up for her whenever she would come. He would stand up in respect of Fatima Zahra Salamullah. This respect was not because of age. This respect was because of the qualities and the excellence and the merits that Janab Sayyida Salamullah Alayha had. And the Prophet knew her. He knew who is she. That's why he would stand up in respect to his daughter. No, not daughter. To part of Risalat, to part of him. So this was a kind of respect. So when you respect somebody, you stand up for him. You see, when we see ulama are, when they enter, what you do? You stand up for respect for an alim. Standing up for him is a respect for him. It's not originally for a person. You're not respecting somebody just because he is somebody or any name. Rather, you're respecting him because the respect, the original respect is for Allah. Then for Rasulullah, because of Allah. Then for A'imma alayhimus salam, because of Rasulullah. Then to the Maraji', because of A'imma alayhimus salam. Then those who carry the message of Maraji', because of Maraji'. So this is a kind of hierarchy. And respect, this one of the way to show your respect is to stand up for somebody, especially the alim when it comes. And many things I don't mention just because I fear that people think that maybe I'm saying it for myself. Don't do it for me, but any alim when it comes, everybody should stand up. Not should, of course, not wajib. It's not wajib respect. Showing respect is not wajib. Respecting is wajib, but this manifestation of respect by standing up is not, of course, wajib, but is highly recommended. Is mustahab. You'll get a lot of thawab for that. Can you imagine? Look, today, okay, this is about ulama haq. Their respect is because of Imam Zaman Ajalullah Farajahu Sharif. When you take his name, and especially there is a laqab of Imam, a title, a special title he has. If you take that name and that title, so it is highly recommended, and some people even, some Maraja even say it is wajib to stand up for Imam Zaman. So when you hear his name, what you do? You stand up, everybody. Why you stand up for Imam? There are other Imams. But for last Imam is mustahab to stand up. Why? Because he is the Imam of your time. And this is one of his special merits that Allah has given him, that whenever his name comes, all the believers should stand up. Of course, as I said, one of the names and one of the qualities, when you take that name, I'm not repeating it, otherwise you have to stand up every time I say it. So when you take that name, you stand up. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Who is he? He is the grandfather of our Imam, last Imam. Correct? Whenever he used to take his name with that particular laqab title, he would place his hand on his head and would stand up in respect of last Imam. Who? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. It's just like Rasulullah is respecting Janabe Sayyida. It is just the same thing. Imam Sadiq is respecting his grandson. So respect, this way our A'imma alayhi salam has taught us respect. As I said, the basic of our faith is respect. Of course, we are talking about respect of Rasulullah, of A'imma alayhimus salam, then ulama. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam is talking about the respect of every elder. Anybody who is older than you, respect him. One of the manners of respect that Imam is mentioning, it needs more explanation. We might talk about it later, inshallah. But here, let me just read it for you. This is from Risalat al-Huquq, as everybody knows. وَإِن جَهِلْ وَلَا تَسْتَجْهِلُهُ وَإِن جَهِلَ عَلَيْكَ تَحَمَّلْتَ وَأَكْرَمْتَهُ بِحَقِّ إِسْلَامِهِ مَعَ سِنِّهِ. Okay. Now we're talking about respect of elders, respect of, for example, parents, respect of your teacher, of your alim, of anybody who is older than you, your brother who is older than you. Imam says sometimes it happens that he ignores you, or he does something which is not appropriate. He says something which is not appropriate. You don't like it. He might have done a mistake. Let's say he said something wrong to you. Now what you should do in reaction? So Imam said, if he has done something out of ignorance, he is older than you. It doesn't mean he is more knowledgeable than you or more pious than you. It's not necessary. Just he is older than you. That's it. He did something wrong. He said something wrong. What your reaction should be? Imam says, you don't answer him the way he did it. Why? Look. Imam says, وَإِن جَهِلَ عَلَيْكَ إِن جَهِلَ عَلَيْكَ if he did something out of ignorance, something wrong with you, تَحَمَّلْتَ. You have to bear it. You have to put with him. You have to put up with him and say, it's fine. You did this to me, you said this to me, I'm not going to say anything to you. Put up with him. Bear it. Keep quiet. Don't answer. Why? This is keeping quiet, not answering, is originally respect. This is one way of showing your respect. And this is one very important point that today's youth should understand and know. And I had mentioned this point earlier, but here is a good time to remind you again. For the youth, if their parents say something, they think that they are smart, and the parents, what they are teaching them or telling them is not that correct. They are right. They know more than parents. Their parents are asking them for something which is not correct, not right. The Imam says, fine. Fine. You are right? Okay, fine, you are right. What you should do if you are right and your parents are wrong? Should you argue with them? Should you raise your voice against them? Should you fight with them? What should you do? Nothing. You should keep quiet. You should show your forbearance, patience. And this is what? This is respect. That's it. You have to respect them. So, Haqqul Kabir is one of the important huquq that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wassalam has mentioned in his book Risalatul Huquq that we are discussing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we should respect our elders and we should keep away from such a sin of disrespecting our elders and those who deserve respect. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.